I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay, so I can sit out here and waste my life away, drag back home and drown my troubles away. It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is living in the new
Arizona.
I'm actually quite excited
The
about.
best state yet. Oh, I was joking.
Oh,
Have you been to Arizona?
I was there last week. Yeah. First thing that I'd remember about it is actually being incredibly annoyed. So I was flying from Chicago down to Phoenix, and the problem is this time of year we're in fall. Everyone who is above the age of 70, it appears, who's like middle class and a bit overweight and flies down to Phoenix for the winter. They're like, I'm not staying in Illinois. It's freezing. I don't blame them. But it does mean that getting off the aircraft takes about twice as long as the flight. So we've made it to Phoenix. That was the slowest disembarkation ever because everyone is about 100 years old as they all escape the Chicago winter to come to Arizona. So yeah, probably took as long to get off the plane as it took to get here, to be honest. The line of wheelchairs coming off this flight was most passengers. This was obscene. I was like, okay, so the average age of Phoenix just increased by about 5 years just from this flight alone. But fun fact, there is a town in Arizona that gets 300 days sunshine a year.
I would have thought the whole state got that.
No, they're on 290, I think. Just 300 is the record-breaking place. And actually, fun fact about Arizona for you, there's 3 towns that are named after like festive events. I think there's a town called Christmas.
Where were you finding all of this?
This is good shit. Some of these that they call a town actually have a population of 0, so I don't know how it's a town. But one of them is called Santa Claus, one of them is called Christmas, and one of them is called Valentine. Pretty cool, I think.
Are they near each other?
I don't know. I haven't
Are you
visited.
spread out?
They haven't got any people living there. They're just the name.
Oh my god. Sunniest state in the US.
The most well-known. Yeah. Florida, I can't believe it's nicknamed the Sunshine State. It's the 5th sunniest. When were you in Florida?
When I was going out of my first ginger boyfriend, which was...
What, you went on a
I was
Disney
about
holiday?
14.
You went on the Disney holiday?
No, we went to Universal Studios in Orlando.
Oh, that's cute. You flew all the way there with your 14-year-old boyfriend to go to Universal. Tell us about it.
Yeah, we went with my family. I hated Orlando.
What?
Loved the Universal Studios, but I just hated everything that was around it.
What else is there? I thought it's literally just hotels and that.
Exactly. And I'm a very restless person. I don't like driving everywhere.
Going back to Arizona.
That's always wise.
I think the oldies might be onto something. When I went to Phoenix, and I'll show you some pictures of this, they have purple streetlights. It looks fucking cool.
I should have them. Look at them, they're sick.
Purple streetlights. It's just better.
Oh, that does not look better
Why not?
at all.
What don't you
It
like
looks
about
like
it?
you're wearing night vision.
I think
I
it...
don't like it. I don't think it's bright enough to serve its purpose as a street
Oh
light.
my god. Do you know why it's got them?
Why? I'm going to love this, aren't I? Why?
It's a manufacturing
Are you
defect.
still there?
Yeah, it's a manufacturing defect. Listen to this.
No
Phoenix
way.
has under 1,000 purple streetlights across the city right now, but it's not in an effort to support the Phoenix Suns in the NBA playoffs. A manufacturing defect caused the light's phosphor coating to delaminate, resulting in the purple color. Phoenix first noticed the problem about a year ago after it replaced 350 lights. They now have a replacement project underway. This is fucked. I was like, Phoenix is so cool. I was like, I love the purple streetlights here. It gives it kind of a Gotham City style feel. Gotham in the desert.
Yeah, it looks like they've just left it up from a
Yeah.
Disney
Well,
film.
They should leave it up. It was great.
No, I don't think, as a woman who likes the light when I'm walking back alone at night, I don't think it would serve that purpose very well.
Don't play that card. They have self-driving cars. You have no excuse to not get yourself a nice little Uber home. Goodbye, car. There's no one in it. Literally at this point. Yeah, you can't even be scared of the Uber driver. There's no driver. If you're in an Uber by yourself and you're that's called masturbation.
I'd love to sexually assault myself. Do it on a daily basis.
And to be fair, that's probably more accurate because sometimes I do feel fucking dirty afterwards. I don't need to watch that. Make it stop. It should actually be an off switch. If I could connect Pornhub to my Whoop strap, so when my heart rate spiked, just shut the screen off. I don't want to see it anymore. I liked 30 seconds ago, I no longer like. Turn it off, delete the cookie. No one needs to know that that was a thing.
And it's quite funny. Afterwards, you're like, ew.
I know. And sometimes,
But at the time, it was great.
not all the time though, sometimes I'm halfway
Most
through a
of the time.
storyline and I need to find out how it ends.
Oh, they're the worst. You
Yeah,
know how it's going to end.
I-
You're going to realise that the plumber has found where to put the pipe in a different hole.
Why has this not happened? Porno, an actual series, so you don't know when it's going to start. Let's imagine Dope Sick, that show about
That's so true, yeah.
Purdue selling OxyContin. Just interject some scenes into that are just full porn.
Or just an actual series, episode 1, episode 2,
Yeah, that would be great,
and
actually.
get some character development.
Get to know them, because at the moment, the only people like UK population know in porn is the backroom casting couch guy. That is the world's best known sofa. I
Or
mean,
maybe the one from Friends.
that's true. That's, well, second to the casting couch.
What? Yeah. Okay. Right.
I want to know who are the people still being tricked by the casting couch, because everyone else has seen it. Do they not go in there and be like, oh, Rick, is there there's no job in there. This one's for
Well,
free.
that's why they're such good actors, Sam.
Don't ruin it for me.
You went to Arizona, and that's where you tried the self-driving car.
It was one of the best experiences in my life.
This is amazing.
I won't forget it.
Yeah,
And
you can tell.
it did make me realise, though, I have to drive 3.5 hours later. I just wish it was self-driving. I could be doing this while I'm in the car.
Oh my god, we should do this. Arizona is home to the longest continuous stretch of Route 66 that's still in existence. And we should do that in a self-driving car. We should do an episode.
Oh, we should. I hear her voice in the morning, now she calls me.
It was the fastest state to begin retail sales after it was legalized.
These guys get shit done. They're like, light bulbs purple, just put them in. Get it done. It's not going to be perfect. It's a startup. Like,
That's so true.
Not always in the cleanest way, but it is good. One good thing Arizona has that Nevada doesn't have is 90% of their water comes from their mountains. You can live in this great climate and still not be worried that you're going to run out of water. Not the case if you live in Vegas.
What? But even though it's in the middle of a desert, they still have water up in the mountains.
Yeah. So northern Arizona's like pine trees and mountains and shit. You can even go skiing. It's a great
Oh,
place.
gorge.
Yeah. There's
Gorge. How
exactly.
diverse.
Well, speaking of diverse, there's a huge Mexican contingent there. And we asked the
Okay.
Uber driver, so where would be good to take someone for
Well,
Mexico?
there wasn't a driver.
No, well, I think the cars are banned from going around the airport because they can't, like... Basically, there was a couple of instances which I don't think we should make such a big deal out of, because if we're going to judge the driverless car, we should judge the
course not.
driverless cars too. You're telling me none of them are
Mhm.
fucked up. Basically, one lady had a leg in and a leg out, and it just started driving off. If she was too slow, the car's done exactly what it should have.
I wish Did she lose a leg then?
No, I think it was just an inconvenience. She probably just didn't tip.
Oh.
Actually, that's one thing I was surprised about. The driverless car did not ask for a tip. It should have. On the app, it should have said, how much do you want to tip the car? I say this.
No.
I saw a meme about a self-service checkout in the US where you can tip it. And I found that particularly funny.
I thought you'd done that. I thought you did that in a self-serving Starbucks in Las Vegas.
No. You still have to pick up the can and give it to them. Kind of self-service is in like...
Oh, fair then, yeah.
But not actually just like there was never a human there to see.
Yeah.
And I like that. Pay your gratitude to the machine gods, let them know, hey, appreciate that.
I don't like that.
Well, speaking of tipping, I did actually tip the hairdresser today, or the barber, and then I got home and I remember when he was cutting my hair. So I pick my barbers based upon whether they speak English or not, and I don't want them to because I hate the small talk. I enjoy talking to you, but I don't want to speak to my barber. And anyway, I was like, that was quite quick. I asked him for a couple of extras. Like it when they do the little scrapey thing, and I get
Mhm.
bushy eyebrows. So I was like, "Can you shave them?" Anyway, I tipped him, and then I got home. This fucker had just left like a big clump of hair here. And I was like, I thought that felt. Then I ended up basically having to give myself another haircut. I was thinking, oh, God, I wish I hadn't.
And you tipped him.
Yeah, yeah. Although the bloke next to me was a fucking embarrassment. He came in and was like, oh, can you just touch up this bit there? And they were like, oh, yeah, no charge, don't worry. And he just goes, oh, right, thanks very much. And then just walks out. I'm like, you've got a tip there, bro. What do you think this is, a fucking charity? Get out.
No, but that's English people, Sam. You've been in way too long if you think that's normal.
I've always been on the tipping. Mainly because when I was away,
and no one else is.
No, but they should be, because you'd get much better service. Like, I remember waiting at a wedding. I used to do and I actually waited on Keira Knightley. When I say waited, I was in charge of emptying ashtrays. So wasn't quite waiting. I was not promoted to that field yet. I was just emptying ashtrays. But
oh my God, how many ashtrays were at this wedding for that to be your sole job?
40.
That's highly worrying. Fuck.
Ish.
And that's all you were doing for a day.
Yeah. Yep. And anyway, what would happen was when we'd go to these other weddings, some tables would tip me up front. And I remember just saying, I'm actually not going to wait on any other tables. I just waited around this one table, gave them excellent service. They were like, Sam's the best. The manager was like, are you joking? And I was like, well, they were like, you've got to split those tips. I was like, absolutely not. I've provided the service. It's communism. I actually think it's the best thing, to be honest, for London, the 12.5% service charge, because I do think Brits not tipping.
I disagree.
Brits tipping is quite.
No, I'll tell you for why. When it's compulsory in London, it's not even that much, because they know that they're going to get it anyway. The service is absolutely rubbish. In my experience, in a lot of places, the service is really bad in England.
Service is actually the biggest thing I miss here.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. So I don't mind tipping in America because you do get that service, but I hate tipping in England, especially as you said, when it's included anyway and it's 12%.
Here's an example where I feel like I should have tipped but didn't in the US. And it's only now thinking about it. I went to Lululemon, and basically,
yeah, I know the one.
Yeah, and was
what did you buy?
Some leggings and a top. And anyway, I got up this girl's Insta and was like, I just need to find her some shit. Can you help me out? And the shop assistant was like, great. Give me a size, give me her Insta. Well, she already had the Insta. I'll pick out some stuff for you. She was like, what do you like? I was like, honestly, I don't have a clue. Can you just sort it, please, and let me know when you're done? And she was like, oh, great. And anyway, did it. It was good. And I was like, I should have tipped her because she was a fucking hero. That's brilliant service.
Was this in England?
No, it was in Phoenix.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was going to say, A, that wouldn't happen in England, but B, if it did, they wouldn't know what to do with it. Because it would feel almost illegal, wouldn't it? Like pocketing money.
Yeah, I've had enough of our lack of tipping culture. I find it insulting.
Yeah, but again, I'm not going to tip until there's a really good service. That is the one thing I do like about the non-compulsory tip, is that, like, when you used to go to restaurants, there'd be that one person that put in all the effort. I'd rather just give them like more cash in hand and ask them to keep it. And the fact that it's now 12% compulsory just means that they don't put any effort in anymore. So it's gone full circle. Anyway, Arizona.
Yes, yeah. So Lululemon, the point is it's a growing state, because all of those girls who worked in Lululemon weren't from there. I don't know if you can see here, my mouth's a bit crusty. I'm a bit worried because I've got to go on this date weekend and it looks like I've got gonorrhea. What's actually been going on?
I hate that.
Yeah, don't worry, I've been tested. But what's actually going on was I've been sleeping on the sofa, and to stop myself rolling off, I basically have to face one way. And because I've just been working quite a lot.
Why have you been sleeping on the sofa?
It's just better. Like, I've been working quite late, and then it's just like a little comfy place to rest, just without having to go through the ag of getting to bed. So my desk is here and the sofa's right there. So I just would roll over there. The downside to that is because the sofa's on such a slant, I've been dribbling in my sleep, and now I've just got dried skin from just where I've been dribbling on my own for like a week. Oh, don't say you were. I'm going to have to explain this to her in about 4 hours. It's going to be a nightmare.
Got a doctor's appointment in about 45 minutes. Speaking of gonorrhea, I'm joking. So, yeah, so you seem to really like Arizona, Indiana, but the life expectancy, which you seem to focus all your efforts on, is only a year higher.
That's bullshit. I watched like 50, 100-year-old people get off this plane. That is bullshit. Everyone there is at Phoenix. Fact is about 105, and they're living happily in the sunshine. I've seen it with my own
Which is
eyes.
mad because it's the sunshine that ages you and ultimately
Shut up.
kills you.
Literally, I reckon. I don't know what they were doing in COVID, but I reckon they were fine. They were having a good time. Oh, do you know what I did notice that was crazy about Phoenix? Buses are sponsored. Bus stops are sponsored with just this advert that just says, I think it's meant to say like wrecked your vehicle, but it just says in a wreck ? With this guy looking really happy. And yeah, the most lucrative industry seems to be trash your car and then get this guy to like find you some money. Yeah, there's a lot of those roadside crash ads in the US, but Phoenix had a shitload of them. That combined with the purple lights, I was like, I'm in some fucking sci-fi movie here. I'm at your hotel and it says in a wreck in purple, and then you bowl across the Cheesecake Factory. Oh, we're going to have to do a whole episode on the Cheesecake Factory at some point, by the way.
Oh, is that in Arizona?
It's everywhere.
Well, I think we know where the customers will be taken this evening. Cheesecake Factory.
It is my favourite restaurant.
Yeah.
I go to one in Phoenix. They do main courses and stuff as well, but a slice of their cheesecake that I had, 1,700 calories.
70, yes.
I felt fucked. Within 45 minutes of arriving, I found myself just sat at Cheesecake Factory ordering.
Well, this happened quicker than expected. We're already here.
This is the downside. This is the biggest menu you will ever
come on.
see.
Well, that's what.
And look at this. This is a crazy place. But no occasion it isn't perfect for. If someone can't find something they like on here, then you know you're fucked.
Oh, you went more than once because you didn't even make a dent in it.
There's this Twitter thread that went viral about Cheesecake Factory because it is a fucked up place in that it's literally a menu of almost everything. Almost everything. They've tried to be fancy, but it's kind of fake fancy. If someone says they can't find something they like at the Cheesecake Factory, put them down.
Show me the vegan menu.
The vegan?
Yeah.
I didn't know they had one.
You just said if someone says they can't find something they like, I want to see the vegan menu.
We'll take you to the Skinnylicious section. It's trademarked.
Yeah, that looks nuts. Broccoli, $7.
Yeah, it's a bargain. Look at these cheesecakes. Oh, right. Cookie dough, pecans lovers. Is it going to tell us about that? Ah, look, 1,500 calories in that cheesecake. There's nothing not to love about this place. I've actually said if I lived in the States, I would go here for my birthday. If I ever had children, my children's birthday, I want my wake at the Cheesecake Factory. There's nothing I don't love about this place.
Number one desserts in.
Look at it.
You should apply for a job there.
I don't want to work there.
Looks like the Ivy.
It's not. It's weirdly trashy. And there's this Twitter thread where actually I've analysed every point that they bring up in it. This is interesting.
I think you have more hours in the day than everyone else.
Got a lot of videos of me actually checking each of these points. This is very big, in fact. Let me just share my screen.
Okay. I feel like I'm watching a film on this one, on this episode.
Cheesecake Factory started in 1992. It was brought by a hospitality designer, and he started with some kind of crazy Egyptian theme. Then you go inside, the interior is kind of crazy. They've got all this big French limestone, pretty weird.
Oh. Yeah, like the lobby of Caesars.
Yeah, and then they have just random Egyptian heads on the top of all pillars. So there's a few hundred Cheesecake Factories. This is the bit that's real, and I did check each of these items, so I can send you evidence if required.
Right, here's the Egyptian faces on the top columns.
Yeah, the tables are all plastic. I love it because I'm a bit tacky. They've got this it looks like the Lord of the Rings, Eye of Sauron or whatever it's called.
And then the Lord of the Rings eyes everywhere.
It's fucking crazy. The funniest thing, rinses the menu. Anyway, it's just totally unchecked, right? I've just showed you how long it is. They have a section called glam burgers. What is a fucking glam burger? But this is my favourite point. Halfway through the menu, there is an advert for the restaurant you are already eating in.
There's an advert halfway through for a restaurant that you've already chosen to dine at.
Why? I've already chosen it.
End of it all, in a cold, lonely counter cooler, the cheesecake. My location placed it near the lobby, far from the dining area. Alone. The namesake dish feels utterly inconsequential by the time you've reached it. Perhaps it meant something once. Do you know what it's giving me? Have you ever been to like Alton Towers, Universal Studios, and they have those food halls?
Oh, I love them.
Everything looks really... Yeah, and everything looks from the outside quite grand, but actually it is really flimsy. And that's it, isn't it?
You know, like where we stayed in Vegas at the Excalibur?
So this is the Chosty Castle that I'm staying in. You can see here, it's actually huge.
I loved all the theming in the hotel.
Yeah.
I love it. I think it's better.
Yeah, splash landing.
Yeah, fucking brilliant.
Yeah, I agree.
What do you think of this, by the way? I think this sums it up just perfectly. Nothing more quintessentially American capitalism in flavour than the Cheesecake Factory. Wealth run wild, chaotic visuals, and no discipline. An obsession with the appearance of luxury and gross excess that excels at its feigning quality. No wonder I fucking love it.
So they say there's nothing more American capitalism than Cheesecake Factory. Maybe now I know why I love it.
This is all the tacky shit I love. Get me a big truck that's a bit plasticky on the inside. I want it.
Oh. I think it bothers me though when people like him, like he's got so emotional about all. Has he actually enjoyed his experience?
Oh, he's loved it.
In fact, you are him.
No, I would never slag off the Cheesecake Factory like that. I'm the #1 supporter, and I'm writing to them to open a franchise here. Genuinely a bit upset on the inside. Do you know how much I pay to eat at Bubba Gump Shrimp in the UK? It's more than going to a very premium restaurant, just so I can remind myself of a not very good restaurant in Cancun. And the amazing... have you been there, Bubba Gump Shrimp?
No. Yes, I went with you, didn't I? Oh no, we just walked past it. No, I've never been.
Right, I'll take you in London. It will be brilliant, and you know what you'll really love?
Is there one in London?
Yeah, Leicester Square, of course. And you do, when the waiter's coming past, instead of...
Right next to the M&M factory.
Yeah!
How could I forget?
Yeah! Instead of hailing down the waiter, you just flip the sign over and it says, "Stop, Bubba, stop." And then they come over and like, "Can I get you another punch?" You're like, "Yeah, I'll have another Bubba punch."
Do they wear roller skates as well?
No. Fuck! You know where else we should go? Rainforest Cafe.
Arizona? Should we talk about Arizona?
Well, yeah.
I actually do really want to go there. I really want to do the bottomless brunch at the Rainforest Cafe.
I
love the fact that on one hand you have the basic bitches, all the basic bitches, and then you have all of the school parties on the other side.
They do bottomless brunch at the Rainforest Cafe.
Yes.
Oh my
God.
Let's check this out.
About the wild brunch.
This is the most inappropriate thing I've ever heard.
They do bottomless mimosas. Okay, right. I'll have a look at this afterwards, and I'll send it to you. So, Sam.
Yeah.
Do you want to play True and False Arizona edition?
Always.
I've put this together. I thought we haven't had one of these in a few weeks. Okay, so I've got 6 questions for you. I'm not going to tell you how many are true and how many are false. Let's begin. It's illegal to spit in Arizona. True or false?
False, I feel like.
Why do you think that?
I think I saw someone do something much worse, like throw a bottle of piss out their car. So spitting would probably be welcome. I mean,
you would be...
I don't know that was legal either.
That would be the right logic, but it's the wrong answer. It's actually true. It's illegal. It's illegal in Arizona. You can fine $2,500, or you can spend up to 6 months in jail.
6 months for spitting. Does it include during sex?
Question 2 then.
No, I want to go back to spitting. Do you reckon it was a campaign by the lube lobby spitting in Arizona?
No WhatsApp. Read my WhatsApp.
Oh, you'll have to tell everyone what.
I can't talk about this anymore.
No.
It's right now. Okay. The place on Earth is in Arizona.
What's it called?
I don't know. Is it true or false?
Hottest on Earth. I'm going to go false.
Yeah, you're right. You actually caught me out there because the hottest place on Earth is California in Death Valley. But a lot of people do think it's here, and actually it's not even in the top 10.
It's like Florida with the Sunshine State.
Exactly. Okay, question 3. A bridge from London, England, was brought by Arizona and transported there in the 1960s.
They couldn't make their own bridge a bit closer. Sounds like no. But it's going to be very difficult because they would have to take it through the Panama Canal, which I will tell you, the catchphrase of the Panama Canal, one of the best things I've ever heard.
Go on.
A continent divided, oceans united. That is fucking beautiful. Look at it on a map. This is the world's best shortcut, the Panama Canal. The fact they were like, let's just cut through it. No more going down through Argentina, or we're just doing another canal. I think is genius. Honestly, going to the Panama Canal was the best thing I've ever done this year.
Welcome to the Miraflores Visitor Centre.
Hands down.
Well, despite that, you're wrong. It's true. It's called London Bridge, and it connects Lake Havasu with mainland.
Well, I hope they did use
is.
the Panama Canal.
Well, yeah, you'd assume. I don't know, actually. I don't really want to explore it either.
How did the London Bridge...
Arizona. It was purchased in 1968 from the City of London.
It did go through the Panama Canal. Fuck yeah. Get a map up.
Yay!
Show the shortcut.
All 10,000 tons of it. Brick by brick. This was after the officials in England made a troubling discovery that London Bridge was falling down in the 1960s, hence the nursery rhyme, London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down.
Can I just don't the value of this canal enough. Look at this.
Oh, I get it.
Do you want to
I
sail
just don't know
all
if I
that
can.
money? No, we do. We do. This is amazing. It works smart, not hard. This is literally the definition of that. Instead of going all the way down there, sure, whatever, boys. We can make it to the purple streetlights this way. That is fucking amazing.
Okay, fair enough. I couldn't you do that with a bridge?
A bridge over Panama.
Okay, fine. Right. Number four. A small part of Arizona does not observe daylight saving time, so is in a different time zone.
True. I think some Native American.
Yes, you're spot on. Yeah. So most of Arizona operates on Mountain Standard Time. The Navajo Nation, which spans parts of Arizona, they observe daylight saving time. So yeah,
actually,
some areas are on.
Let's have a little fucking party next week. You know what's happening in the US?
Thanksgiving?
Well, not quite. They're changing their clocks. You know, like we just changed ours.
Yeah.
And then they're not changing them again, apparently. No more daylight savings. Yeah, baby.
No way. They are really ahead of the curve there. I don't know why we still do it.
Scotland,
I think the only people it benefits in this country, no, but it really benefits farmers. And obviously being from a big farming community, they're still championing all of that. They're still championing the daylight saving.
Well, bring it up with software sales reps because we're against it. And we're living in the future.
No,
now.
thanks. Okay.
No,
Question 5.
11 savings. I hate it. And you know what I hate more? People being like, oh, it's so good. We get an extra hour's sleep. If it matters that much to you, why don't you just go to bed an hour earlier, you fucking loser? Because you're going to have it taken off you in time.
That's bollocks. I'm with you. I hate getting dark at 4. Like it's 3:30 now and I'm looking outside and I'm aware I've got an hour to get these dogs walked and get out the house because then it's done. And I don't like that.
No.
It's unproductive. Question 5. 11 managed to escape prison in Arizona using peanut butter.
Shit, how? True. Tell me how.
Okay, it's a bit of a trick question. It is false, but this did happen in Alabama. And I had to change it to false after I realised I was led with false information. But so this did happen in a different state. So 11 inmates escaped using peanut butter to trick a guard into unlocking a door that led outside by concealing the number on the door with peanut butter.
Hang on. So they were like, guard, can you unlock door number 1? He looks at it and it's 11 just with a big smudge. A, why is he following their directions? B, with the doors with a door's number, and C, just having a big smear on the door. He's like, I mean, it sounds like they could have just instructed this guy to unlock the door they wanted, and he would have done it.
The men fled the facility after confusing a new member of staff by smearing peanut butter over the door. The inmates then used their orange prison uniforms and blankets to overcome the razor wire fence. All the fugitives who escaped have since been recaptured, apart from one out of the county, but was later captured in Florida. That seems like quite a lot far away from Alabama.
I don't think too far.
And there's a tweet from Martin County Sheriff with a picture of them being apprehended on the floor in Florida. Lovely.
Have you ever been arrested?
No, have you?
No, very well behaved. I respect law enforcement and show them the utmost respect. I say, yes, sir. If they pull me over, I'm like, my hands are here, sir. The documentation. I'm like, I am not carrying a firearm. My wallet is in my left-hand pocket, along with my driver's license. And
I didn't arrest you for taking the piss of my accent.
The documentation for this vehicle is in the glove compartment. The vehicle is unlocked, sir. Please do not shoot. And they say, yes, sir. Please stay calm. Please stay calm. I'm like, yes, officer. Yes, officer. I'm remaining calm. I'm not carrying a concealed weapon. I should warn you that there are some anything in the luggage, sir. Some shirts, sir. They're like, right, son. No, I am a bit scared of American cops. In small rural communities, the cops rely on speeding tickets for their income. So you are going to get ticketed.
Yeah, but that's the same in England.
Is it?
Well, 100%. I'll tell you whether it's also the same. Victoria in Melbourne. Melbourne in Victoria, where I got 6 speeding tickets on one day.
Are you on a payment plan?
I'm on a payment plan for 2 of them, paid 1 of them straight away, and taken 3 to court.
The Aussies, for such a loose nation, have a lot of bullshit rules like this.
Loads of bullshit rules.
You can't park the wrong way facing up a street. Grow up. I thought you were meant to be
Oh my God, yeah. Arizona is the last place that someone was executed using the gas chamber. And that was only in 1999.
I think you get to pick, don't you? Like, some states have a menu of how you get put to death.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think you get to
What would you choose?
So what are our options? We've got firing squad, lethal injection, gas chamber,
chair,
hanging, and electric chair. I'm going for firing.
Surely they're not options anymore. I don't think hanging would be approved by, like, ethical committee.
Well, what if I select... Okay, so in Texas, authorized methods by state. Right, let's look up...
That's so funny that they're like, the emphasis on freedom and liberties is like ongoing even to the point where you get to choose your death.
Texas only has lethal injection. Oh, Wyoming has lethal gas if lethal injection is held to be unconstitutional. In South Carolina, you get to choose between lethal injection and electrocution. Oh, New Hampshire, lethal injection, but also allows hanging.
Mad. Because hanging doesn't always kill you straight away. Ugh.
Actually...
So no firing squad then?
No, you can get firing squad. In Utah and Mississippi.
What?
I'm going firing squad.
How is that? I mean, yeah, debatable whether any of this is ethical, but how is that ethical?
There's no way.
Because also, you would be, you wouldn't... I feel like the act would feel worse doing that, surely. I don't know.
Well, I would not want to get the job of... I would not want to get the lethal injection because it's gone wrong a few times.
Well, isn't that what you use on pets when you put them down?
Yeah, but I don't know. I want something else. Oh, speaking of which, did you see the Saudi Arabian job advert for the executioner a few years ago? The swordsman, they call it.
No.
Yes.
Is it on LinkedIn?
I don't know. I didn't get it on my suggested. I don't have much of a background for that. But if
the algorithm.
If they had the quick apply, I'd be more tempted. I just don't have time.
Apply.
Yeah, I don't know that I have the skill set for it. And I think it's quite competitive because it comes with a bonus for each head you chop. So
you're joking.
No, that's
yeah,
what
you are.
No, I'm not. That's what this article says.
Are you joking? So it's your KPIs would be a certain amount of heads a month. What's your probation? 6 heads. Fuck
6
me.
heads.
Don't. Oh god. Oh my god. It's not clear what the pay is, but they cut executions on the side at more than 1,000 per head. Oh my god.
They won't
Awful. Okay, so
Are you saying?
I meant more, to be honest, more awful to chop their heads, not have the head chopped
hang on.
off.
I thought you meant awful as in what kind of appalling salary is that? There's a cost of living crisis and we're only paying 1,000. That's a joke. This has been flat. We're going on strike. I will not be chopping any more heads until this goes up to at least 1,500 and I get pension.
Yeah, we don't know what the working conditions are like, to be fair. That job ad.
It's going to be hot in Chop Chop
yeah,
Square. It's going to be hot. Does this come with vitality?
Yeah, so you know, in like the big emphasis in America is that you have the freedom at the end to choose your final meal. In 2011, inmate Lawrence Russell Brewer ordered an enormous meal that included 2 fried chicken steaks with gravy and sliced onions, a triple bacon cheeseburger, a cheese omelette with ground beef with tomatoes, onions, bell peppers, and jalapenos, fried okra, a pound of barbecued meat with a half a loaf of white bread, 3 fajitas, a pizza topped with pepperoni, ham, beef, bacon, and sausage, a pint of Bluebell ice cream, a slab of peanut butter fudge, and 3 root beers.
Is there any limit to this? What stops him saying 40,000?
No. Oh, well, I feel like when he got to that point, there might have been an eyebrow raised, and he did then come to an agreement of 3 root beers.
Do you know how it could also work? But you know those shit Chinese buffets where it's all you can eat, but they charge you for the weight left on your plate at the end? I reckon they do that.
I did not know that.
They're like,
oh my god, that was not the case at Wing Was.
No, they didn't charge. I haven't
no.
restaurant in ages. I do think they're largely horrible.
Well, yeah, that one did close down from lots of salmonella outbreaks. Eventually, forced them to close. So,
all you can eat, just anything, is a joke. Saw an advert the other day for all you can eat cake in London for £21. I don't want more than 2 slices. And what cake am I buying for £10?
No,
slice?
It's often way more money than it's worth. But the one place I told you about this where it wasn't, where it was worth the money was £6 all you can drink in Japan.
Oh, that is good. And I do, at Alton Towers, where you get the little drink that you carry around you like a man bag, and you get about 20.
Oh, yeah. But I think we're aware bottomless is different to all you can eat, right?
Yeah, well, same concept. I still give myself I get achy hands from the amount of sugar I've had in my Coke. I'm like, oh, feeling
yeah. And I think it depends if they're giving you a time limit. Like when they give you a time limit in bottomless brunch restaurant, when you're having a bottomless brunch, they give you a time limit of 2 hours. All you do is then try to chop as many as possible and then just get violently ill.
It's a good concept.
Yeah. Finally, then, and the true and false Arizona edition, the value of pie in Arizona is 3.2.
Oh, I quite rounded down to 3.1. Don't tell me
that's false. I can't believe
they haven't kept it as 3.14 something, have they? That would be fucking ridiculous.
No, actually, I don't have a clue.
This is the other thing I was thinking about Indiana. They've rounded it the wrong way. It doesn't even round to 3.2.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking that. And then when that person commented on our previous YouTube video saying, why have they rounded it to 3.2, you dumbass?
Yeah. Oh, I tell you what else I was thinking. Since we've been getting just a few Aggie comments on the videos, and I quite like that. People always say,
keep them coming, guys.
Yeah. Give me fucking hate. Where people say like and subscribe, and everyone thinks, oh, fuck off. What you should actually do to small content creators like us is you should like and subscribe, and then set a reminder 24 hours to unsubscribe. And there's nothing more heartbreaking, because we will have seen it go from 69 to 70 and then see it split back down and realize that someone disliked us enough to actually go through their YouTube, part the cleanup, and go, fuck those guys. So if you really want to do a job, like and subscribe, set a reminder to unsubscribe in 24 hours. Honestly, that little dopamine hit I get of oh, Claire, look, another one, will then be smack, me sat alone on the sofa, just being
don't worry, I'll just make another fake YouTube account.
Yeah, true, I've got 5.
Let's talk sport. Phoenix Open, which was what I was showing you earlier. It's the most famous single-hole amphitheatre that is on the golf calendar. It's called the Skybox. It's the 16th hole, and it's stuffed with stag parties, and pricing starts at just $70,000 if you want to bag yourself a panoramic view of the action.
What the fuck? I have never seen this. This is amazing. How many times at professional golf events has the crowd been hit in the head by a ball?
Let me have a look. Well, people have died.
Really?
Yeah, people have died from golf balls. Well, there is actually a thread about this. Okay, how often do people in the golf tournament crowds get seriously hurt or killed by errant golf shots? And this was asked 6 years ago, so the data may have changed. Some internet sleuthing led me to this article from 2010, wherein the author has listed cases where being struck by a golf ball has led to fatality. 8 instances of death by a golf ball over a roughly 17-year period.
I would expect it to be higher.
But I don't think it's a major... Apparently, it's not a major hazard on the PGA Tour.
About Arizona, though, they do have the world's largest rose bush or rose tree.
What?
In a town called Tombstone, they have the largest...
Oh, bless you, were really taking your research seriously here.
It's amazing!
Do you want to show me?
Yeah, get it up. What we can see here is it could just be a canopy. I don't think I would have noticed having this at the local garden centre.
Damn, this looks like a multi-storey car park.
Shut the fuck up. I've actually had enough.
That is really shit.
Oh my. Having a good time. And look at the town of Tombstone. It's like this. Oh no. Tombstone, Arizona.
Sake.
Look at how cool this town is.
That looks so much like the town from Cars. I reckon that's what Cars is based on.
It might be from here.
Doesn't it? That is literally the same town. What's the one in Cars called? Radiator Spring. Oh, I love that film. Also, Arizona's home to the best preserved meteor crater that's 50,000 years old. And obviously the Grand Canyon as well, which we've not even mentioned. That's nearly 2 billion years old. When you went to the Grand Canyon, Sam,
yeah,
did you go to Arizona or Nevada?
Yeah, both, I believe.
Oh. Is there water in it?
We drove from Nevada. I think there is in some parts. I didn't see any. But, I mean, we just stood on the viewing ledge, right? Like, it's not like we really went down in it.
Yeah.
I was with all the tourists who were so obese that they were, like, out of breath and visibly sweating by the time they got to the visitor centre. That was what I did. I went to the visitor centre. I stood on the edge, looked at it, was like, wow, this is big and amazing. I think I took a funny video of a squirrel.
Senor. Bonjour.
So I just spoke to a squirrel and went back to the Flintstone themed hotel, which I'm convinced was like some incest cult because every single person working there looked exactly the same. Me, Greg, and we're going to die here. When I say a couple of people look the same, they all look the same. It was like thing 1 and thing 2 type situation.
Right, Sam, I've got to go, so let's wrap this up.
You know, I'm a bit scared of Indiana now because of the small amount of hate we're getting on that one short. And I've seen that there's a couple of people just really laying into us. And the people, all the states we could have picked with the people to get on the wrong side of, Indiana would have been the last one I would have picked. Indiana's the worst amount of got their shit together enough to make laws and then just fly them out of control. Like we'd be put on some sham trial in Indiana. These 2 people are damn guilty. Now we're going to execute them by a firing squad in the legs before gassing them. Because that's what they selected. We didn't select that. Did, son? I heard it. What? So that's why we got one.
I'd love to live in your brain rent free. Okay, Sam, thanks for that. Bloody good state, Arizona.
Bloody good. I'm sad that the purple light bulbs weren't intentional, but, well, what can you do?
Arizona, it's where I was born and raised. The more time I spend here, the more I'm amazed. With sunsets like no other, it's like a fire in the sky, and it'll make you feel an Arizona high.